and welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to attempt the 24-hour reading challenge. As you can probably tell from the light, I'm filming this in the morning. I'm going to start this from 7 o'clock this evening. Where are we? Greenwich Mean Time currently, because it's not the summer, it's February, so it's the winter. And I'm going to see how much I can read in 24 hours. Now, I've seen a few people do this challenge and variations of it, or where people have like a timer and they see how long it takes them to read in, like, do 24 hours worth of reading, which are always fun to watch. But what I want to see is how much I can read in 24 actual hours. I did a 12-hour reading challenge a couple of times, but I think it's been a few years since I've done that, so you might have to dig quite far back in my channel to find those videos. And it's always interesting. I am on holiday in the Cotswolds as I film this. I'm not quite sure when you're going to see it, but there is a specific Siren Sister vlog coming. If you haven't seen that already, you will have seen, my February vlog will have been posted by the time this goes up, so you might also have caught some glimpse of it here, of it there. But basically, it's half term. I've got the week to myself, and I have run away to a cottage in the Cotswolds. And so it's an ideal time to see how much I can read. In terms of what I'm reading, and I won't start any of these until 7 o'clock tonight, I've got 3 books left on my Forensic February TBR, which is being run by Chloe at Chloe Reads Books. I'll leave her announcement video and stuff in the description. Obviously, it'll be over by the time you see this, but these are the books that I've pulled or rolled for that readathon that I've got left. So I'm going to be reading To You at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne. This is an ARC that I was very kindly sent by Book Break, and it's out next month, so I really do need to read this. This is book 3 in the Can't Spell Treason Without Tea series. This is cozy fantasy, cozy kind of romantic. It's not quite a romantasy. Maybe it is, maybe it counts. Anyway, it'll be a cozy good time. I've also got The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, which I picked up in the Boxing Day sale. This is a teenage girl whose mother disappeared when she was little. They start filming a Netflix documentary about it, and then her mother reappears and she's trying to work out what's gone on. And I'm going to attempt The House of Mirrors by Erin Kelly. Erin Kelly, The Skeleton Key, was one of my favourite reads of 2023. This was the next book that she released. This says, one of them has killed before, one of them will kill again. I love this cover. I'm obsessed with this cover. And this is my 5-star prediction for Chloe's readathon. So these are the 3 I'm going to focus on. I have, at the time of filming this clip, got 2 books on the go. One is Mary the First by Alison Weir, and the other one is How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying by Django Rexler. But I think I'm going to finish Dark Lord probably before this challenge starts today. And if I do pick this up, I'll tell you how far through I am, because I want to work out number of pages. I have also got an audiobook downloaded, which is the next in the Wayward Children series. Can't for the life of me think what that's called right now. I'll put a picture up here, because I'm going to have that when I'm doing things like cooking or pottering on the cottage or whatever. Because guess what? Audiobooks are reading, so they will count for this challenge. And yeah, I'm excited to see how many pages I can read. I did put a kind of question up on my Instagram stories yesterday of how many pages do you think I can read in 24 hours. Responses varied from 200 pages to 2,000 pages. I am kind of aiming for 1,000 pages if I can, which would be all 3 of these books, I think. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But this is just me filming the intro clip. I will check in. I'm kind of aiming to check in sort of every couple of hours, obviously, except when I'm sleeping. At the time of filming this clip, I've not quite decided how I'm going to deal with the whole sleep thing yet. I've kind of put a question in my Discord of like, how would you deal with this? So yeah, I'll come up with a plan later. But yeah, for now, that's the intro, and I'll come back to you once the challenge starts. Well, this is a super flattering angle. It is 8 p.m. and I am 65 pages into the disappearance, or the reappearance even, of Rachel Price. It's okay. I've read one Holly Black. Is it Holly Black? No, Holly Jackson I really should know that. Book before, which was 5 Survive, and was kind of underwhelmed by it. It's going quickly enough. Yeah, I don't really have any thoughts on it just yet. But I do need to get up because the fire needs banking. I need to empty the dishwasher and I need a snack. So I'm going to swap to audiobook. So I'm going to swap to the audiobook of the Sean Maguire, which I still can't remember the name of. Something about water. You've already seen the cover in the previous clip. So I'm going to swap to the audiobook of that whilst I do that, and then settle back down here and read a bit more of Rachel Price. And yeah, this is my kind of 8 o'clock check-in. It's now almost 10 o'clock, I think it's about 9:50. I am 185 pages into the reappearance of Rachel Price, and it's still just okay. It's at a 3-star, I think, but I'm hoping that we're going to get some twists and turns soon. I think it's just because the main character, Belle, is so unlikable, and I'm not feeling any emotion towards what's happening. I think that was the same issue I had with 5 Survive. It felt very, like, the writing was really basic. However, it's reading quickly, and yeah, we'll see what I make of the end of it. I've been told that there's lots of twists towards the end, so we'll see. This is normally the time, well, in term time, I'm going to swap hands, I would be in bed. I've been in bed like 2 hours by now. But the plan for sleeping is I'm going to read until 11 o'clock, then go to sleep or turn the lights out at 11, and I've got a 5 a.m. alarm set. And then I'll pick up and read it as quick as possible in the morning. So I'm now going to, like I said, it's like 10 to 10, cowboy time, if you know, you know. I'm going to tidy up down here and put the audiobook back on. Tidy up down here. Still got the fire going, so I need to sort that out, make sure that's safe and kind of put it out, that sort of stuff. Then go upstairs, get into my pyjamas, do skincare, brush my teeth, get into bed, and then read until 11 o'clock. I might do a quick check-in then, or I might just check in with you in the morning. We will see. It's now 10:49 to be precise. This is Charlie's. I borrowed it for filming this video. And I'm really tired now. I thought, oh, maybe I could read a bit longer, but yeah, I'm really tired. I'm like yawning and not concentrating properly, so I'm going to call it a night. I am 230 something pages in, so I'm over the halfway point. If I show you that way, it'd be better. And yeah, it's definitely time for sleep. I've got a 5 a.m. alarm set. And then I'll talk to you again in the morning. So, wow, this is really my best look. My glasses on so I can see you. So the alarm went at 5 a.m. and there was just absolutely no way. I just could not get my eyes to open. So I had another hour's sleep. So it's now just gone 6. Which is kind of annoying because I've lost a whole hour. However, I've been sleeping so well whilst I've been here. And obviously I need to sleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay reading in bed until I finish Rachel Price. I'm hoping that will take me like another hour and a half maybe. get that one finished. I'm still not loving it. I think it's going to be a 3.5. It's fine, to quote Chloe. This book is fine. So yeah, I'm going to stay in bed and read until I've finished, and then I will get myself up and get some breakfast. But yeah, it's what time did I say it was? Like 6:05, and I need to get reading. It's now almost 8:20. And I'm a bit more awake than when I spoke to you last time. I have finished reading The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. I thought it was pacey and read it quickly. It was an interesting mystery. I did see the answer to it. I think I've probably just read too much true crime, watched too much true crime at this point. It was enjoyable. I don't feel any attachment or any emotion at all towards the characters, which is really important for me. And I also feel like the end dragged on a little bit. It was kind of like, okay, we're done now. We're done. So I feel like it was a little bit too long, and I didn't feel that connected to the characters, but I'm glad I read it. So that is 430 pages down. Like I said, it's 8:20. I really need some breakfast, so I'm going to switch to audiobook for, is it Adrifts in Currents Clean and Clear, I think is the name of it. So I'm going to switch to audiobook, make myself some breakfast, and then, oh, I've got hiccups, and then I'm going to start See You at the Altar. I was going to start House of Mirrors, but I feel like this was a kind of, this is YA, House of Mirrors is adult, but this is like family secrets, thrillery-ish, and so is that. And I feel like I need something in between to like palate cleanse. So I'm going to start See You at the Altar, which is going to be really fun and cute, I think. And yeah, and I'll come back and chat to you in a bit. But yeah, breakfast. I need something to drink as well. And then I'm going to start See You at the Altar. I think I'm going to stay in bed for a bit longer. I never stay in bed this late. I'm usually up at like 6 a.m, even on my days off. And I don't tend to linger in bed, but actually it's really nice for once to do that. So yeah, I think that's the plan. Best angles in this vlog. It's nearly 10 o'clock and now, as you can see downstairs, I've had my breakfast. I am 70 pages into See You at the Altar, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm so happy to be back with Raina and Chianti and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I'm also about 20% through Adrift in Currents Clean and Clear by Sean McGuire, which is the audiobook. I'm also really enjoying that. If you can kind of enjoy that story, it's following a girl called Nadia who is born in Russia. We don't get given a time period. I don't think we ever do in the Wayward Children series, which I kind of like because then it's kind of timeless. But she's born in Russia and she's given up to an orphanage by her mother, and she's born with only one arm. Her right arm, I think, stops at the elbow. And she's adopted by an American couple who like have adopted a baby because it's their Christian duty, and so she's having to adapt. She's in the orphanage for like the first sort of 8 years of her life, I think, and then she's now trying to adapt to life in America, and they've just forced her to be fitted with a prosthetic arm, which she doesn't want. So yeah, it's obviously a really sad story, but I'm enjoying the way it's written. I love Sean McGuire's writing. So I've had that on whilst I was tidying round and just making breakfast and stuff, which I've now had. I've also managed to get the fire going, which is very exciting, although I've only got enough logs left for probably a couple of hours of burning, but still it'd be nice to have it on for a bit. And yeah, I'm just stretched out on the sofa. I've got my cozy hobbit ambience on, which I'll obviously link in the description, and I'm just going to keep reading. That's pretty much the update. It's 10 o'clock. I would like to finish Tea You at the Altar probably by lunchtime if I can, so I better get cracking. Okay, I slightly lost track of time, but it is now 12:34, and I am over halfway through Tea You at the Altar. Thoroughly enjoying this. I think I've already said this is the third book in the series. It's my favourite so far. And I just love being back with these characters. And because it's the third book, like all the characters are like properly broken in, like you know everybody. And there are a couple of new characters, but it doesn't feel like too many. And yeah, it's just really sweet. I'm just really enjoying that. I've also over the halfway mark with the Sean Maguire, because as you can see, I've gone to get dressed, well, as dressed as I'm going to get today, in my dungarees and a t-shirt, and I've taken my hair back off my face because it was just irritating me. It's at that weird length where it's not really quite long enough for a proper ponytail, but it's still irritating. And yeah, there's not much else to tell you. The fire's just about still going. This is the last of the wood now. And I'm just making lunch. So I'm making some noodles for lunch, they're just cooking. And then I've got some olives and some stuffed peppers. And then a bit later, I'll have some cheese and biscuits. I'm very much, when I'm left to my own devices, like I've been this week, very much like a grazer. I don't really do big meals by preference. So I just like to snack all day, which is what I've been doing. And I'm having the nicest time. I feel very relaxed and cozy. And yeah, I'll check back in with you in a couple of hours. It's now 2 o'clock, well, 2:01 if you want to be precise, and I have just finished Tea You at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne. I loved this. This was so much fun. I've given it 4.5 stars. The ending! Also, I didn't realise it's the penultimate book, so this is the third book in the quartet. The last book is due out in August, and I'm very, very excited to read it. And yeah, like I said in the previous clip, I don't really have anything to add. It's just the third book. Sorry, the road is super loud. The third book in the series. I love the characters. I don't want to give anything away. Obviously, this one has got a wedding in it. There's so much rep. We've got all sorts of different characters and different identities and things happening, and it's all just really normalised, which is fabulous. And yeah, I love this series, and I'm very excited for my finished copy to arrive next month because I've gone for the sprayed edges. But yeah, there was a plot twist in this that I didn't expect to happen, and the ending. Oh my gosh, the ending. But yeah, 4.5 stars, had a great time. That's another 294 pages. I am starting to feel a little bit of reading fatigue, which I knew would happen eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my next book and sort of get the first sort of 50 or 100 pages in, and then maybe do a bit of a tidy around the cottage, all that kind of stuff. We'll see how I feel. But my third book and final book that I wanted to read for this challenge is The House of Mirrors by Erin Kelly. One of them has killed before, one of them will kill again. I think this is going to be another family, oh, this was a gift. This is a dark and suspenseful novel about deadly family secrets from the best-selling author of The Skeleton Key, which I loved in 2023. It says, in the sweltering summer of 1997, straight-laced, straight-A student Karen met Bibba, a bohemian and possibly glamorous, inspiring actress. A few months later, 2 people were dead and another had been sent to prison. Having stood by Rex as he served his sentence, Karen is now married to him with a daughter, Alice, who runs a vintage clothing company in London. They're a normal family, as long as they don't talk about the past, never mention the name Bieber, and ignore Alice's flashes of dark, dangerous fury. Karen has kept what really happened that summer of 97 hidden deep inside her. Alice is keeping secrets of her own, and when anonymous notes begin to arrive at Alice's shop, it seems the past is about to catch up with them all. Does that not sound so good? Who sent me this? Oh, it's lovely Ellen who sent this to me for my birthday. And yeah, I also really love the naked hardback. So I'm going to get started with this. We've got, what time did I start? 7 o'clock. So 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. Is that right? I've got 5 hours left. Okay. Let's start with this, and then I might have to do a bit of a movement break because, like I said, I'm starting to feel a little bit of reading fatigue, but I'm hoping that a new story will help with that. and I'll chat with you in a bit. It's 5 to 4 and you've got this very flattering angle again, because to be honest, I can't be bothered to sit up. I am 100 pages into House of Mirrors. Oh, maybe that's a thumbnail, hey. 100 pages into House of Mirrors, and it's on my TBR for this month as a 5-star prediction from Chloe's Readathon, and it is not going to be 5 stars. The main character is so unlikable, like she's insufferable. And I know a lot of people had a problem with the skeleton key and the main character in that, but I really didn't find her that unlikable. But this main character is, yeah, not a great person. However, I am intrigued to see what's going on, and that 100 pages read really quickly. So I will continue it. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. I'm going to give myself like a 20-minute scrolling break, I think. I've barely been on my phone today, which is obviously a good thing. But I feel like I need a brain break from reading. So I'm going to have a little scroll for a bit. And at some point, I should probably think about some dinner. I could just do cheese and crackers. I can't remember what else I've got in. I think that's pretty much it. Chip and dip. Because like I said, we're just grazing this week, which is lovely. But yeah, that's the update really. I've read another 100 pages. I'm not loving this, which makes me a bit sad, but I am intrigued. And I need to think about dinner. And we're done. It's just after 7 o'clock. That is 24 hours. And now I know how much I can read in the 24 hours where I was doing pretty much nothing else. All I've done today is, and in the last 24 hours, is eat and read and lay around. And it's been glorious. And obviously like 6 hours or something, 7 hours of sleeping out of that time. So let's do final stats and the kind of wrap up to the vlog. So I read all 430 pages of The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I read all 294 pages of To You at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne. I need to take the bookmark out of that one. I was using the Charlie one. I read 68 pages, editing Victoria put a picture here, of Adrift in Currents Clean and Clear, which I was reading on audiobook, so I was almost halfway through that. And then I have just read 259 pages of The House of Mirrors by Erin Kelly, which brings me to like 3/4 of the way through. I've got my Alice bookmark in there, but yeah, I've read this much, got this much left. So that brings me to a grand total of 1,051 pages in 24 hours, which I think is a pretty good crack at this challenge. I also need to give you a little like closing review of this, even though I've not quite finished it yet. I am enjoying this. It's a lot of like horrible people doing horrible things to each other. Not my favourite thing, but it is really well written, and I'm intrigued to see how this last bit goes. I feel like it's going to go absolutely crazy in this last section, but we will see. And actually, by the time this goes up, my February wrap up will be live and you'll probably have my full thoughts on it already. But yes, very much enjoying this one. I'm kind of enjoying the reading experience of it. Like, it's a quick, easy read and it's twisty, but I don't like any of the characters. But hey, so 1,051 pages is how many I can read in 24 hours. A few of the people in my Discord suggested that I do the challenge where you have 24 hours on a timer, which I might do at some point later in the year, but I wanted to see how much I could read in like 24 actual, like literal hours, concurrent hours. And it turns out it's just over 1,000 pages, which I'm very happy with. If you got to this point in the video, because I felt this is going to be really long and rambly, and I've got quite a lot of B-roll I think that I've taken in the last 24 hours. So if you got to this point in the video, Please leave me the clock emoji, because obviously I'm very clock focused in the last 24 hours. Please subscribe if you would like more of this chaos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.